All right, let's be honest right out of the gate, guys. The Royal Rumble is not about wrestling. It's not about 5-star matches, and it's definitely not about work rate. It's about hearing the countdown, a pop for a theme song.
Who's number 30?
And immediately convincing yourself this is the year the WWE finally gets it right. And every single year, we get disappointed. Today, I'm breaking down who's actually coming back, who WWE wants you to think might come back, and who is most likely winning. Plus, why the popular picks are probably wrong. And yes, some of these takes are going to make people mad, which means I'm doing my job. What makes the Royal Rumble special? First of all, the Royal Rumble is essentially the wrestling version of the NBA playoffs and the NFL playoffs, right? The stakes are massive. Just like in the NBA, like everybody is fighting for a spot to get to the finals or the Super Bowl. This is it for pro wrestling, right? You get a guaranteed title shot. If you win the Rumble, you get a guaranteed title shot at WrestleMania. And if the Royal Rumble is the most anticipated event of the year, then WrestleMania is the biggest, right? For many wrestlers, winning the Rumble is a huge career-defining moment. As you all know, with Jey Uso last year, he won, and he ended up winning the title, and his popularity soared. So this is huge for them. Also, we've got the surprise entrant factor, right? The Rumble is the premier stage for shocking debuts, such as AJ Styles in 2016. You have the legendary returns of some Hall of Famers, such as John Cena back in 2008. And then you got injury comebacks, and we'll get into those a little bit later. First off, we're going to start off discussing some of the confirmed big names. Some of the confirmed big names from, oh boy, from huge WWE superstars. All right, from the men's side, we've got Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Gunther, Jey Uso, Penta, Rey Mysterio, Jacob Fatu, Solo Sikoa. Those are just some of the big names that are entering in the Rumble this year. On the women's side, you've got Rio, that is Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. They've both confirmed their entry into the Rumble. You've got the Judgment Day girls, Roxanne, Raquel, Liv Morgan, they're all entering. Bayley, Lyra, Asuka, Kairi Sane, Chelsea Green, Jordan, Alba Fry, Nia Jax / Legend, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss. So you got a bunch, B-Fabs entering. You got a bunch of the A-listers that are entering in this year. So we're all super excited about that. And then we have the surprise returns. I think that on the men's side, we're going to see Kevin Owens return. He's been out for almost a year with that neck injury. You got Chris Jericho. It's a very interesting name. Edge, Seth freaking Rollins, Omos. And then you got Evil. This is a guy from Japan, and he was in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and his contract just went out. So he's like the hot free agent, and apparently he has officially decided to join the WWE. And fun fact, his ex-fiance is none other than Io Sky. Yes, that Io Sky, the Empress of the Sky. He was engaged to her for a while, but this is him. He's known as the most evil wrestler in Japan, and he's supposedly making his way over to the WWE. So I'm real intrigued to see how he does in his new role. Hopefully, he'll make an appearance there. Omos is the tallest man in WWE right now, and I feel like they're going to use him as a proxy to put someone over, to put one of their rising stars over. So you might see Dom Mysterio throw him over the net, or you might see, or not the nets, I'm sorry, the ring, or something like that. It's going to be a small guy to push him out if he's actually in there this year. So we'll see how that goes, man. I'm super excited to see that. You know, he's kind of like the giant, kind of like the giant now. So there's our returns and debuts. Let's check on these odds for the winners of the Rumble this year. On the men's side, Roman Reigns, Gunther, Bron Breakker are the current favorites, with Roman Reigns being the top favorite, of course, 150. I think he's more of a fan favorite win. I don't really see him being that guy. He's the popular pick. He's a popular pick. Gunther would be the safest, and Bron Breakker is the guy that Twitter's already crowned. X is already crowned. So, you know, the WWE universe wants Bron Breakker to win it. On the women's side, Liv Morgan is the safest. You know, you can't go wrong in a Stephanie Vaquer versus Liv Morgan main event at WrestleMania. Bianca Belair is the person Twitter's already crowned. You know, they have already said, oh, yeah, she's going to win. She's going to come back. And the most popular would be, of course, Rhea Ripley. And, you know, she's a main eventer, so you can't fault everyone for rooting for her. She's the most popular wrestler in WWE right now on that women's side. Anytime she steps out, man, it doesn't matter what she's doing. She could be stepping over the ring and everybody's just losing their mind, going crazy. So you can't go wrong with those three. But yeah, the favorites are the usual suspects. You know, these are the people that are the big names. They're the top merch movers and guys who feel ready. But the guys, the odds favorite, they rarely win. They rarely win the Rumble. So there's going to be somebody to come in, and the WWE is going to want to elevate somebody who's already hot. So this is what happens with that, man. And I'll tell you guys my pick here in a second. On the men's side, my pick to win is going to be none other than Dominic Mysterio. I got Dominic Mysterio winning the Royal Rumble on the men's side, and here's why. He's hated, and he's beloved, and he's accepted. Those are all things that a superstar needs to be elevated. And I think Dom is at that point where he's ready to enter the world title picture. He's super popular. Fans love and hate him. And I feel like everything's been leading, that he's been doing over the past year has been leading up to stuff that he's going to use to win the Rumble. You know, he's been called Dirty Dom, so he's going to use some kind of dirty tactics to possibly throw Roman Reigns out, or Gunther, or somebody like that. So I can see that happening. I really like Dom Mysterio on the women's side. On the men's side. Now the women's side is actually more interesting, and here's my spicy take. The WWE is done using the Women's Rumble as a feel-good moment, right? They want somebody that's dominant. They want authority, and they want someone who looks like a star walking into WrestleMania without explaining it. Not exciting, just inevitable. And my pick for that is not Liv, it's not Bianca, it's not Rhea. Becky would be fun. I think it's going to be Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton wins the Rumble. She's going to come back. She's not going to challenge Jade. We've been there, done that. I think she's going to come back and challenge Stephanie Vaquer. Right? They already had their match at Crown Jewel. Vaquera beat her. And I think this is where Tiffy gets her payback. So at WrestleMania this year, so I got Tiffany Stratton winning on the women's side and getting a receipt on Vaquera. All right. Bold picks versus dark horses. All right. This is where us as fans lose our minds every year. All right. The bold picks would be, oh yeah, this would be amazing. Imagine the pop. This is long-term storytelling, yada yada yada. And the dark horses, it actually makes sense, right? The WWE trusts them. Nobody would be shocked, which is the point. And guess who wins that battle 9 times out of 10? Right? The person that makes executives comfortable, right? And not fans emotional. Okay. And in this case, it would probably be Liv Morgan. She's won over the executive side. She's a fan favorite. Even though like she's currently a heel, I feel like her winning the Rumble would kind of help push her into that babyface territory, and her Dom would take over. So if your pick relies on vibes, nostalgia, or they deserve it, then I've got bad news for you guys. All right. Now, I want to hear from you. All right. Who do you think is returning? Who do you think the WWE is forcing into the main event, whether we like it or not? Drop your bold pick, drop your dark horse, and tell me which one you'd actually hate the most, because let's be real, that's probably the one WWE's choosing. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. I'm Devon, and that's my terrible take.